Happy Monday, Prom Sports World. I'm, of course, your host, David Onboy Humpin, and TJ Hopkins is just there. We just kept to just hear his voice. We can't actually see him today. He's out making that bread. So we're going to, do what you have to do. Also, if you're looking for consistent content, Prime Sports World, pretty good place to be. Go live about 3 or 4 times a week, bringing the most up-to-date content. Also want to thank our friends over there at Rouge Bear for sponsoring us here at Prime Sports World. I'll lift up the link to their Facebook, their website on our Facebook page, also the NFL Supreme. DJ, week number 3 is almost nearly entirely in the books, other than the game tonight. What was your number one takeaway from what we saw so far, week number 3?
It's still a long season, man. Like it's only week 3. Like everybody hyping. I mean, I understand why. Like they hyping up the Rams as the new favorite in the NFC. I'm like, damn, can we get to at least the halfway point of the season before we talking about who's a favorite, who's like I never understood like the preseason favorite and all that other stuff, because it's a team like the individual awards I get, right? But the whole preseason championship favorite, I'm like, you can't bet that stuff because one injury changes everything, right? Like,
I will say the Rams have looked incredibly good.
They have, and like you can make the argument like that's the difference between Matt Stafford and Jared Goff. Like it's crazy, right? It's crazy. My week 3 takeaway is it's still a long season. We got what 14 more weeks.
Like, yeah, my week 3 takeaway so far is thank you, Justin Tucker. I started this season with 3 survivor picks. I lost 2 of them in 2 games in the first 2 weeks on games that ended up in overtime. My survivor pick of this week was the Baltimore Ravens, and Justin Tucker bailed me out with the craziest kick I've ever seen in my life. Like the physics of that, like how that even worked, doesn't make any sense. Like it hit the upright, it just bounced right. Oh, it was like it was one of those cool. Like I'm watching that on Red Zone because I had already turned off the Bears game at that point because. Yeah, we'll get to it. But I was watching it. I'm like, man, my survivor pick. I need this to work out. And I'm like, 66-yarder. There's no way. And then he just drilled it. I was like, Justin freaking Tucker.
The kick he did and how he did it, like how it bounced off the upright. You can't even do that shit in Madden. No, you can't do that. You can't do that in the video game.
If Justin Tucker tried to do that again, he would never be able to. Like, kick it the same way, off the upright, into the net. There's no way.
They also said that like he warms up from 60, like pregame warm-ups, like he warms up from 60, like and then he makes it look easy. And you can like I don't care what, like I hate to do this, but like you might as well just go ahead and pencil him in for Canton right now. Like his leg is already there. Like he just has to finish out the rest of his career.
I think his Canton argument is going to be interesting when we finally get to it, because he's probably only going to have the 1 Super Bowl ring, and he doesn't really have those really like trademark playoff kicks. Like the Adam Vinatieri is a lock for the Hall of Fame. I think Adam Vinatieri will probably be the only pure kicker that's going to make the Hall of Fame, and he's got like Super Bowl kicks, he's got playoff kicks. Justin Tucker doesn't have that resume, so I think his Hall of Fame status is still a little bit up in the air.
I mean, like if he let's just say like a part of what also helps Vinatieri is the longevity argument, right?
Yeah, he kicked until he was 45 years old.
So like, let's say, I'm not saying Justin Tucker is going to do that because you actually have to want to do that, right? So like hey man, anything's possible.
It wouldn't surprise me if Justin Tucker made the Hall of Fame, but I just don't think he's a lock for Canton. And I don't think his record is going to stand for a long time.
Hey, so that's the longest game-winning field goal in NFL history.
It's the longest kick in general ever. And there probably have only been a handful of kicks that have even been attempted from longer than that. I know there was that crazy Raider kick that was like 73 yards a few years ago when Lane Kiffin was getting fired, and then there was I think the Cardinals attempted a 68-yarder earlier in the day. There was also a record-setting kick, but for the opposite reason. Like,
Yeah, like that was.
Let's get into
We'll
week
get to
number
that.
3. Let's talk about the first game. We got the Carolina Panthers going into Houston and take on the Houston Texans. Davis Mills' first career start. Sam Darnold continues to play well, 23 of 34. He didn't throw a touchdown, but he didn't throw a pick or have a single turnover in this game, so you got to like that. And then, Chris McCaffrey, got injured in the game. Before he got injured, he was rolling 7 of 31. He also had looks like 2 catches for 9 yards, but he pulled up a hamstring. It seemed like he's going to miss a few weeks here. Davis Mills did okay, 19 of 28, 168, 1 touchdown. I'm not really sure what else you expected out of Davis Mills. He played fine. It wasn't anything to set the world on fire. I think if you have a situation in Houston where you have a quarterback that's coming off his rookie start, you may want to run the ball more than 17 times. Like you have, none of your running backs have more than 7 carries in this game. Like give Philip Lindsay, give Mark Ingram 15 carries each. Like take some pressure off your rookie quarterback to make every play.
Yeah. So Christian McCaffrey, they asked the question today, is he injury prone? And I'm like, no, I think Shannon Sharp said it best. Like, no, he's just having some bad luck right now because like the first 4 years of his career, he didn't miss a game. Right? Like, and as Bears fans, like we saw this with Matt Forte. Like the first 4 years of Matt Forte's career, he didn't miss a game, right? And all it took was one injury, and it was never one that had him out for the rest of the season. It was always little nagging injuries. And Matt Forte is like 4 inches taller than Christian McCaffrey and probably outweighs him by like 20, 30 pounds. They also pulled up they said on touch to have like catching and running the ball. He's on pace to have like over 500 for this stature. Like Derrick Henry, cool, right? Because Derrick Henry is the size of most middle linebackers, right? So like Derrick Henry, cool. Christian McCaffrey at my height, which is 5'11", maybe 6 feet tall, and he's barely over 200 pounds. He probably walk in the game day at like 210, right? That's too much. That's too much of a workload for somebody of McCaffrey's stature. And we also thought that's why they drafted Chuba Hubbard to take some of that workload off of him. Right? So if you're Matt Rule in Carolina, like obviously, so like now you have to handle it with a long handle spoon because hamstrings are tricky, right? You don't want to put him out there too early and then all of a sudden he tweaks it again and now he's out and he's in and out of the lineup for the whole season because you're a dark horse team. Like I had them winning 8 games.
Yeah, I mean, I had them winning 5, and we all kind of laughed at you when we were talking about 8 games. But yeah, they played pretty well. I mean, they're probably they're in the thick of at least for the South. I mean, it's such a up and down division, anyway. So besides the Tampa Bay, we don't really know what we're going to get any of these other teams on a week to week basis. So,
on a week to week, exactly. So, and if you're Houston, if you're Houston and David Culley, man, just keep riding, keep fighting, man. That's all I can say on that one.
Yeah, I think I also Carolina traded for CJ Henderson today. They got him for just a 3rd round pick, and then Dan Arnold. Yeah, Dan Arnold. By the way, I think one of the broadcasters for the Carolina Panthers is going to be super upset about that Dan Arnold trade. Because apparently he loves saying Darnold to Arnold. Like
Darnold to Arnold.
Oh my gosh, yes. Oh my gosh, they kept saying that.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was Thursday Night Football.
So no Arnold, no Darnold to Arnold connection anymore. Also joining us here as CEO of Prime Sports World, Mr. Israel Rivera. We're going to move on from the Thursday night game into Sunday. Let's talk about the first game here on the plate. Here we got the Buffalo Bills welcoming the Washington football team into Buffalo there and putting a little bit of a shellacking, 43-21. Tyler Heineke, 221 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. Josh Allen continued to put his stamp. Maybe he's going to be an MVP candidate. 358 yards for passing, 4 touchdowns. He also threw in another run rushing. So he counted for 5 touchdowns in this game.
The best thing I heard all weekend was Chris Berman saying, he's got another 6-pack of Heinekens. Like, yeah. I was like dying when he said that because like when Tyler Heineke scored that touchdown, Yeah, man. One thing I'll say about this game, Josh Allen, I can actually say after this game, he's probably back to being a front runner of the MVP conversation. I mean, he's played horrible.
I mean, he's in the conversation. He's not a front runner.
He's in the conversation.
I
He's in
think
the conversation.
I think Matthew Stafford is
at least
Matthew Stafford is definitely the MVP favorite right now. He is definitely the MVP.
Well, you could have said, after yesterday, yeah. But before that, it was Kyler Murray. But I mean, Josh Allen's right there. I think if I'm gonna do a power rankings, I'm gonna go Stafford, I'm gonna go Murray, or Allen. I mean, one or two. Like pick one to put at that second slot. So.
But yeah, I just think that the Buffalo, they're just more talented than Washington. I was surprised how easily the Buffalo Bills scored on this rounded Washington football team defense, but they were on the field a lot, and that's what happens when you're on the field a ton. Buffalo almost 11 more minutes in time of possession. They had 200 yards basically and more total offense. Washington football team turned it over 3 times. Buffalo had 0. That's the proof in the pudding right there. If you have a great defense, if they're on the field a ton, it doesn't matter.
Everybody, hey, it's every damn break when they get full.
Yeah. Logan Thomas had a touchdown. Antonio Gibson had a good game here. He had a 73-yard touchdown.
Well, my thing is they couldn't even get home on Josh Allen. I think who's the kid? Chase Young. I mean, he didn't even get out. Yeah, he didn't even register a sack. And that front seven just got torn to bits in that game. So shout out to Buffalo for having a good game plan against that team. They're just really talented offensively. And if the defense can
Buffalo did not allow a single sack in the entire game.
Yeah, if the defense can show up. Yeah, if the defense can show up.
And they averaged 3.7 yards a carry. I mean, they actually gave Zach Moss 13 carries, 60 yards, 4.6. Devin Singletary, 11 carries. Like, they actually committed a little bit more to the running game, too, which is something Izzy always talks about when it comes to the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, exactly. So when you got the lead, run the damn football. That's what you got to do. Run the football. Stop passing the ball. Stop letting teams come in. Run the damn football. And that's what they did.
Moving on from the first game on Sunday to the second game on Sunday, and it's the Chicago Bears going into Cleveland.
Oh, man.
And
you're going to depress me this early in the day?
I work at a media school downtown. And
how dare you?
I was talking to a couple of my buddies, a couple of the other coworkers. They think Van Nagy might have done this on purpose.
Okay,
like he may have wanted to. I'm like, I don't know about all that. That sounds a little far fetched for me.
Right,
but
they're not alone. And
we're losing you kind of bad.
Honestly, if you honestly think that, seriously, what? Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
we can hear you, buddy.
All right. So, what coach would risk their NFL mortality to throw a game and lose a game on purpose? And anyway,
I'm telling you, man, that play calling that time was just real head scratching. Like, I don't really like. You have a mobile quarterback that ran a 4-3, but you don't move him around the pocket a lot, and you have him just drop back and throw the football over and over again. And you run the ball constantly on first down with no results at all. You don't diversify your play calling at all for the entire game. No adjustments, no transitions, no nothing. Like I don't know, man. He should be catching a lot of flack, and he is, but I'm not sure how he recovers from this.
So I was listening to ESPN radio, and they were breaking down like the passing plays, and they said that it was 3 times. They ran 3 run plays for Justin Fields. They ran 6 pass plays in which there was max protect, and I think there was it was 4 plays where it was max protect and 14 plays where it was max protect or whatever.
No. 6 plays where it was max protect, and 14 where they didn't even give them a running.
Yeah. 6 plays where it was max protect, 14 where they didn't. That's ridiculous for a team that. I mean, you got a 39-year-old Ifedi going against Myles Garrett. Are you kidding me? Are you serious right now? You didn't run one screenplay. Where's the screenplay to David Montgomery? Where's the David Montgomery usage in this game? The best friend for a quarterback, especially a rookie quarterback, is the running back in the running game. Didn't even get that going. You wasted a decent defensive performance with Robert Quinn, and Khalil Mack didn't play bad either. I mean, the Bears did as much as they could defensively until Cleveland broke
the second half.
Yeah, I mean, until Cleveland broke through, bro. I mean,
on top of that, I mean,
so much you could do.
You could easily run the 2 tight end sets and like chip those ends.
Yes.
You have Clowney, you have Myles Garrett on both sides. You could chip the edges and run some. Like I don't know, man. That is probably one of the worst coach games I've ever seen. Like it's just the whole thing. It's just like it's a mess, dude. And 9 sacks, 7 yards. Like I don't know, man. His time is it's about to be up, I think.
I just got this to say, and it's all right. So in no way, shape, or form am I defending Nagy yesterday. Like it was a horrible. I'm literally waiting for the day that either him or whoever else, whatever other coach gets called out for that bad play calling. Like, Shanahan kind of went through it. Who else? McVay has gone through it. I'm really just waiting for the day they just say, all right, you think this shit's so goddamn easy, please come out here. Like it's real easy for Darren Orlovsky or Rex Ryan and whoever else is watching at home on TV to be like, this is what Matt Nagy should do. And if you think Matt Nagy doesn't know what he needs to, it's one thing to know what you need to do. And you can practice it all you want. It's another thing to actually go out there and execute it. Right? We saw some plays yesterday where Jermaine Ifedi, he lines up, he lines outside too far. Jadeveon Clowney just rips right through and he gets a sack.
Jadeveon Clowney don't get sacks.
We understand the offensive line isn't good. I just think Matt Nagy consistently doesn't play call to the strength of the roster constantly on a weekend basis. Like
so you have to ask. All right, so ask yourself, like, and really, and you've been one to call out the offense since the last 3 years, basically. Tell me right now, what's the strength of the offense?
It's the running game. It's 100%. Yeah, it's 100% the running backs in the running game. I mean, they have 2 solid tight ends and they have a good receiver. I mean,
one good. Okay, so
one.
And if the run game ain't working, then what?
I think you're back to the drawing board because I mean, how can you tell if the running game's not working if you're only going to give Dave Montgomery 10 carries? Like you're not even trying. Like you're just getting up to the line. Why not just punt it every time? Like punt it on first down. Just don't even bother. Like there's got to be some sort of adjustment. You got to come into halftime and be like, hey, and it's like you always say, this offensive line. These guys have to just give a damn. Like they're not playing well.
Has to give a damn.
Yeah, they're not playing well, and they're basically serving their coach up to the media with nobody's defending him, and like their offensive line hasn't been good. Justin Fields was brutal in this game. Even if Matt Nagy had called a brilliant play design. Justin Fields was erratic. He wasn't pocket savvy. Like, he would roll out and try to escape sacks into another sack. Like that's not on Matt Nagy. That's on just Justin Fields being a rookie.
He was pulling what the backup K-State was doing this weekend. Anyways,
So and what's really irking me in all of this is the fact that not enough people are saying it. So if Matt Nagy is catching all this hell. Again, he has to work with what the GM gives him.
Well, that's true. They both at fault though, TJ, because I mean I was gonna get to that. The team is only as good as what the GM putting out there and what he drafted.
So for 2 years, and before this past draft, and I hope these young brothers get healthy. And Larry Borum and Tevin Jenkins, I hope they get healthy because I think they can be called. I think they could be like. But 2 years prior to that, you gave Matt Nagy, Rashad Coward to work with on the offensive line, who couldn't even block a stunt. You couldn't even.
I remember you being super pissed off about that guy.
A former defensive lineman turned offensive lineman couldn't block a simple stunt. All a stunt move is when two defensive linemen next to each other cross faces and go, and they hit the guy who's across, and who they hit the guy in the opposite direction of them. He couldn't block. He was getting fooled on stunts. That's what Matt Nagy had to work with for 2 years.
Okay,
but I will say the Bears
that.
defense like played. If you're gonna have any salads out of the Bears, if you're a Bears fan,
we understand
today,
that.
like defense played well in this game.
We understand that, TJ. But let me say something, David. But my whole thing about Matt Nagy is he put all the damn blame on Mitch Trubisky last season.
No,
basically.
He didn't.
Well, not most of it.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. No,
Every time
he
they
didn't.
had offensive
Did he say that?
He did.
Did he say
no,
that?
He indirectly said it. He subtly said it. He would
no,
subtly say stuff like that.
Then you're assuming that. No, then you're just assuming. That's like
when you subtly say something,
you can't do that.
Don't want to say
what
it,
did he say?
Just say it underneath.
Okay. Then what did he say? Tell me what he said.
He would say a lot of things. He would say like, "Oh, you know,
that's
Mitch
Mitch
is still learning." All of this other stuff.
That's very in general. Like, so what did he say? Like,
that's what I'm saying. He said
you
can't sit here and defend Matt Nagy when they drafted the quarterback.
No.
Let me finish what I'm saying, TJ, and then you can rebuttal.
Because I'm not gonna let you sit here and say he's just won out 100% flat out blame Mitch Trubisky. No,
okay, I'm not going. Okay, we're past that, but I'm talking about Justin Fields. You got your quarterback, right? You waited, you all the whole training camp all season, and you haven't come up with a decent game plan for your franchise quarterback. You couldn't move the pocket, you couldn't run RPOs, you couldn't call screen, you couldn't come up with a good game plan to even make him look formidable out there against a pro team.
David, what did you say? David, what did you say? Every time he did try to roll out and move the pocket to avoid one side, guess what he did?
Yeah,
to another side.
His pocket awareness just wasn't good enough in this game. But he made a bunch of rookie mistakes. I mean, his first career start, it'll get better from here. It can't get any worse. I mean, I guess it technically could get worse.
You hope. All right.
I will say this: if this season doesn't end up with a playoff berth, Matt Nagy, Ryan Pace, they're all going to go.
They should have been gone before the season.
Probably.
They should have been gone before the season. They should have been gone before they drafted Justin Fields, so Justin Fields could be working with the future and not what this present regime is right now.
You can't. If they fire Nagy and Ryan Pace, the Bears move up to get Justin Fields. Probably not.
Maybe. I mean, but I think the problem is that so you have like a lame duck coach who's coaching. So you bring in Justin Fields, right? Who's the future, but you have a head coach here that needs to win now. And like it's constantly going to be this struggle all season long, where you kind of have to win now, but you have to find a way to be ready for the future. And it's just not going to be a good mix for the entire season. Like I think they should have pulled the trigger on Matt Nagy. I'm fine with letting Ryan Pace stay here for one more season, but I think they should have gotten rid of him before the season started.
Okay, David, TJ, can I say one last thing before you move on? Matt Nagy and Ryan Pace. Godly, I totally forgot what I was going to say, but both of them, like I said, they should have been gone before. I totally forgot what I was going to say. Godly, just move forward, man. It doesn't even matter.
Moving on to the Ravens and the Lions pick, and yeah, this was my survivor pick. We kind of touched this in the start. Thank you, Justin Tucker. 66-yard field goal, longest field goal in NFL history. This record will stand for decades. On the other side of the ball, the Lions you got to feel kind of good. I mean, you went toe to toe with one of the better teams in the AFC, and you almost and you put a game where you should have won. Jared Goff, 22 of 30, 217 yards. DeAndre Swift continues to be a bright spot here on this roster. 14 catches, 45, 1 touchdown. He also had 7 catches for 60 yards.
There we go.
But on the Ravens side of the ball, I mean, 60 to 31 out of Lamar Jackson with 1 touchdown, 1 pick. It's just not going to get. It's not good enough. It's just like to beat the really elite teams in the AFC. I know they beat Kansas City last week, but Lamar Jackson's going to have to play better than this if they want to go where they need to go.
That's actually what I was going to say, folks. Is that the Lions actually look like they have a freaking direction, and the Bears don't. Okay, yes, they do. Yes, they do. TJ, they have more of a direction and more of a direction than what the Chicago Bears are doing. The Lions.
You're saying that after 3 weeks.
Yeah, but the Detroit Lions are scrappier and play harder.
You're saying that after 3. All right, so let's see how hard they play when they're 0-6 or they're 0-7,
Okay.
and it's like,
I mean, that Bears game, that's
Here
a
we
perfect
go
opportunity
again.
for you to play well. Like everybody should play hard, other than with the new quarterback. You know, you're getting to see the future. That's an incentive to play hard, and the Bears just didn't show up last night. They just straight up. That's what the offensive line, the offense, everything about the offense didn't show up for the Bears. Let's stick with Baltimore and the Lions. Yeah, Baltimore Lions make this game interesting. Justin Tucker had a career record-setting field goal. Any other takeaways from this game?
Yeah, like I think what Baltimore did was this is a trap game. Like they had exhausted everything into week before they played their ass off. It took that to beat the Kansas City Chiefs and came out. They probably were still licking their wounds from the week before, and they eked out a win. Like that's what it was. Like I legit think because like when you're thinking about a game like that, you're not thinking about who you got next week, right? Like you still riding high from the week before. Like you.
I mean, but I think given the pedigree of the Harbaugh and the Ravens, like they should know that like probably should get ready for the next week. Like I don't really buy that as like a rational excuse for why they didn't play well. I don't think that's
Can I also Hollywood Brown did drop 2 touchdowns. So the fact
I think that's a better excuse than they played a big game last week, so they weren't ready for this one. Come on, please.
Yeah, they did. You're right.
Hold on. It does. Like, Izzy, does that not happen?
Come on.
No, it does. No, I'm not. I mean,
weak as hell. It's so weak.
No, I'm not saying. I'm not talking about.
It's trash, dude.
No. TJ's got a point because they played like good as hell against. They were up to play Kansas City, but were they really up to play Dallas? It showed Hollywood Brown.
Are you like really? Are you
come
really
on
enough to play the Detroit Lions? Are you really gearing enough to play the Detroit Lions? Like,
you have to play the teams on your schedule. I mean, come on. Especially when you have one game can make the difference between having home field advantage throughout the playoffs. Oh, come on, stop it. We're moving on. This is no.
Hell no.
That's ridiculous. That's so dumb.
The game could have been way out of reach. If Hollywood Brown catches 2 of those touchdowns, I think Sammy Watkins dropped a touchdown too. They're gonna have been 3 passing touchdowts. We're talking about 3 touchdowns. This game would have been a 3 touchdown win.
No.
Baltimore.
But you said the most rudimentary shit. They play the teams that's on the schedule. They of course, David. They can't just go.
Come on, that's such a weak excuse. That's come on. Like,
Detroit, they're not a challenge. What you just said was weak. They play the team that's on their schedule. No, you don't say. They can't go into the league and say, "Hey man, we play Detroit after we play Kansas City." That's not back-to-back weeks. Can you do that? No, that's not what they're doing. Of course, they play the team that's on their schedule. Come on, man.
Yeah, I guess that's bad. I'm sorry. Moving on. We'll move on to the Indianapolis Colts going into Tennessee and falling to 0-3. Carson Wentz played hard, but just couldn't get it done. 19-37, 194. Jonathan Taylor, 10 carries, 64 yards. Ryan Tannehill, on the other hand, 18-27, 197 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks. Derrick Henry continues to be that boy. 28, 113, 4 yards to carry. What are we taking away from this?
Again, if you're the Colts, it's going to come down to you two for the division. That's it. Get healthy, lick your wounds. Don't know how healthy Carson Wentz was for this game.
Well, he didn't practice until Saturday.
Right.
So.
Yeah, that's no. Like, Derrick Henry met Darius Leonard head on, and he won this round. I saw the video. It was ugly. Darius Leonard don't get ran over often.
Oh my gosh! I mean, good call on that one.
Derrick Henry continues to be effective out of the backfield as a catching 3 catches in this game too, 31 yards. Like, but yeah, this is like Tennessee Titans. Yeah, they're a good team. Like they've beaten the Seahawks, they beat Indianapolis. This is how they're going to win games. You rely on Derrick Henry and ask Ryan Tannehill to make plays when you need to,
and don't turn the ball over.
Yeah, which I mean, he couldn't get that done, but you know. I think that also they might find a little dime here, a gem here, and there's Nick Westbrook-Ikhine, 4 catches, 53 yards, and a touchdown. If you have somebody in fantasy looking for somebody to own, probably can scoop them up for bye week stuff. So
possibly, who knows? I'm gonna leave that fancy shit to y'all. Like, I
think your president is right though with the Colts. I mean, they just have to get healthy and like just continue to play better. The other two teams in this division stink. Like all you have to do is just right this ship.
They're super. They're not healthy at all, man. You lost Quentin Nelson. You have a whole bunch of other injuries. Carson Wentz looks like a shell of himself out there with 2 bad ankles. And TJ's right. I mean, you don't see Darius Leonard getting trucked like that very often. And he looked up. And when Darius Leonard got trucked, did you see the way he looked up, TJ? He looked up like, damn, I can't do nothing about that. That's 6'3", 200 some pounds, 265 pounds running a 4-4 at me. I mean, I can't do nothing about that. That's ridiculous, bro. It's Derrick Henry. It's Derrick Henry. That's the way he looked up.
Hey, all the best. Like, everybody get ran over. Ray Lewis got ran over. Urlacher got ran over.
Not like that.
Hey, no,
not like that.
Hey, getting ran over is getting ran over. There ain't no sugarcoating shit. Like,
hey, not like that. He ran him over. He must have took. He gave him a one-way flight 5 yards down the field. So you know.
And yeah, moving on from that game, we'll go to another divisional rival. We got the Los Angeles Chargers going to Arrowhead and taking down Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. Justin Herbert, 281 yards, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Austin Eckler, 11 carries, 55 yards. On the other side of the ball here, Patrick Mahomes, 260 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks. Also, Tyreek Hill and Clyde Edwards-Helaire both put the ball on the ground in this game. So this is kind of what I talked about in the group chat. Like, Patrick Mahomes had like a Jay Cutler moment. Like, he just thinks that his arm is so elite that he could just do whatever and like he could just like make it work. And like Jay Cutler got burnt.
Go ahead.
And Jay Cutler got burnt routinely, regularly basis because he just believed in his arm so much that he just tried to put the football where it shouldn't have gone. And Patrick Mahomes had a moment here where it's like, don't make that decision. Don't make that throw. But he did it anyways because he's freaking Patrick Mahomes. Like that stuff that he does with like the no look, like eventually you're going to get burnt on that stuff eventually.
So a couple points out of this game. The Chiefs had the worst running defense in the league.
They have the worst defense. They have the second to worst defense in the league.
Second to worst defense in the league. The worst running defense in the league. And I think the last Super Bowl champion to win a Super Bowl, last Super Bowl champion to win with the worst running defense in the league was the Indianapolis Colts. So that's very far and few between. Teams win with the worst running defense in the league. This is my thing about the Chiefs is they think that they can go down 2, maybe 3 scores and just put it all on Pat Mahomes. Just go ahead, Pat. Come back. Go ahead and do something. At some point, you gotta dig deep and play freaking defense, man. At some point, you gotta draw up something. You gotta do something. You gotta play with some heart on defense on that side of the ball. I mean, even if you guys like suck, defensively, do something. Do something defensively. And then the little mistakes, Patrick Mahomes presses too much when he's down a little bit. I think he tries to be too aggressive, tries to get it all back in one throw. He had some horrible throws David mentioned. So, yeah, man, the Kansas City Chiefs, they're going to have to sew that up because they will get eliminated in this AFC. This is a brutal conference.
And talk about some balls, man, from the Los Angeles Chargers, man. Like they're down at the 4-yard line. They could easily just burn through the clock and then kick the field goal, right? They throw it they let Justin Herbert throw it and get a touchdown. Like that's some serious cojones. Like, hey, we think our defense is good enough on the other side of the ball that if we give you the ball back with 30 seconds left, we can stop you. That's some serious cojones, man.
That's also taking the page out of Harbaugh's book and be like, hey, you want to go for this? Because if you do that, all right, so let's say you do that, David. All right, you try to kick the field goal, like, and you miss. You go to OT, right?
Yeah.
Right.
You go to OT, right? And you go to
Pat
OT.
Mahomes.
Pat Mahomes.
I mean, that was on 1st and goal. You throw it first. They easily could have just milked the entire clock down and then kicked the game winning. They attempted the game win. They left Patrick Mahomes 32 seconds because they were like, yeah, we think we can stop him.
No, and the first ballsy moment that they did that I showed that this team got some balls is that or cojones whatever down. Is when they went for it on 4th down in their own like 28-yard line.
They were gonna.
Are you serious?
They were gonna punt. punt the ball, and they called time. I was like, nah, we can't. Hey, no, hell no, we can't get him the ball back, bro.
Nah, that's what I'm saying.
So
I think this Chargers coaching staff, the Justin Herbert is the real deal. Like this dude is good.
So what's
He
crazy
is the real deal.
So what's crazy is a defense that has Tyrann Mathieu, Chris Jones, and Frank Clark. The only valuable, or whoever you want else to name on this defense, the only valuable member is Tyrann Mathieu. It's been 3 games. The Kansas City Chiefs as a team have 4 sacks. Myles Garrett had 4 sacks yesterday.
Swinging from that game, we're going to talk about. We're going to go to New Orleans, going into Foxborough, take on the New England Patriots, and James Winston played well in this game. 128 yards, 2 touchdowns. Alvin Kamara, 24, 89. Mac Jones, that did not play well to say the least. 51 attempts, 270 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 picks. I will say the pick 6 that he threw was really not his fault. But
I'm glad we're all here to discuss this. I'm glad we're all here to discuss this.
The floor is yours, my good friend.
I'm glad we're all here to discuss this because Cam Newton could have did this. He could have went 1 and 2. He could have he could have went 1 and 2. And the offense probably would have probably looked more like dynamic. I have a hunch that Cam Newton would have probably been 2 and 1 at this point as a New England Patriot.
I have a hunch Cam Newton would have been 3 and 0.
Oh, he has a hunch Cam Newton to be 3 and 0. I say 2 and 1, whatever the case is, because I think they would have won the Miami game, right? They lost or whatever the case is. But honestly, Mac Jones, he's boring as all hell, and boring ain't gonna move the ball down the field. At least Cam Newton would have took risks. At least you could have opened up the playbook a little bit more, and you could have got Cam Newton out of the pocket, ran him a little bit more. And I didn't see any deficiencies in preseason to say, warranted that Cam Newton should have been cut over Mac Jones. And I know, David, I know your argument. He's the franchise quarterback. He's the new franchise quarterback, whatever, and all of this other stuff. But at the same token, Cam Newton could have did this. He would have went to 1 and 2. Mac Jones, right now, Monday morning, September 27th, 2021, he does not give the New England Patriots a better shot than Cam Newton does to win football games this season. And that's what Bill Belichick said in his press conference. He gives us a better chance to win football games. No, the hell he does not. He does not give you a better chance to win football games. The guy threw 3 picks. Cam Newton could have did that.
Let the church say amen. Let the church say amen.
I don't disagree with you. They went with Mac Jones because he was the highest rated quarterback in all of the preseason of any team anywhere.
Blah.
Mac
second and third.
Mac Jones was the leading rusher for the New England Patriots in this game. This is not play calling that is beneficial to a rookie quarterback. Like we all want to talk about Matt Nagy and stuff.
Quick question: why ain't Patriots faithful calling for Josh McDaniels' job?
I mean, because he's been established there. I mean, I know the point you're trying to make here. I'm fully 100% aware of the.
No, that's not the point. Anybody can look established when Tom Brady slanging the rock.
Yeah, it's fair. But this is like, if you want, they have Damian Harris. The dude's a workhorse. I mean, give him the ball 25 times. Like, what is happening here? I know they got down big, but I mean, there's no reason to abandon the running game when you have a quarterback who's a rookie who's making mistakes.
Hey, Izzy said, I share Izzy's sentiment. Cam Newton could possibly be 3-0, at the very least 2-1 with the weapons and with the rosters currently constructed, right? Like
absolutely.
Mac Jones to 3. Ain't no maybe.
I mean, a big piece in this game, they lost James White in the first quarter or something like that. He's a big piece. That they did lose, and he does a lot of stuff like in the middle and in between and all of that good stuff. But man, I mean, my sentiments are against for the New England Patriots is Mac Jones don't give you a better chance to win. Him and Cam Newton could have gave you. The thing is that he doesn't give you a much better shot to win football games than Cam Newton did. So I didn't understand the move. You could have at least sat Mac Jones behind Cam Newton for 1 season. And you probably would have been able to win more football games with Cam Newton. I mean, instead of like now, and TJ says it best, I mean, it's only going to get worse for Mac Jones from here. Teams are just going to keep dissecting the kid. And they're going to just keep dissecting him and dissecting him and dissecting him.
I mean,
you
but
know
that's the reason they're going with him. The dude is the future of their franchise. If he is, I mean, people are going to have videotape on him for years. So he's going to either have to put his feet to the fire and grow, or he's going to wither away anyways. I mean, they need to find out this kid can play. And having Cam Newton there, yeah, sure. If you want to like win games, sure. But Mac Jones is the future. Like this team's not good enough to win a Super Bowl even with Cam Newton. Don't kid yourself.
Oh, they weren't good enough to win the Super Bowl, but they could have made the playoffs.
What does that do? What does that do for the franchise? It doesn't do just good enough to make the playoffs. It doesn't do anything.
But this season they're gonna waste a good defense with Mac Jones.
Considering that they
would have been wasting that same defense if Cam Newton because they're not going to the Super Bowl. They were like a borderline playoff team. Come on.
But in order to get to the Super Bowl, you got to do what first?
Make the playoffs.
Well.
Moving on to the Atlanta Falcons and the New York Football Giants. Younghoe Koo is how it's pronounced.
Younghoe Koo.
Younghoe Koo.
Pundits out there.
Younghoe Koo came in and kicked a game-winning field goal for Atlanta. Atlanta wins this game 17-14. Daniel Jones. Sorry, man. Not getting it done. This is an Atlanta Falcons team that was giving up crazy points and crazy yardage, and the Giants scored 2 touchdowns in the game.
Yeah, man. Hey,
I mean,
hey, I was willing to stick my neck out for Daniel Jones, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's Romo. I don't know if it's him. I don't know if it's Garrett. I don't know if it's this offensive line. Whatever the hell it is, it ain't working. Right? Like whatever the issue is, I don't know if it's Joe Judge. Like I don't know what the issue is.
They scored 1 touchdown. 1.
Like him and Galladay.
It was Saquon Barkley that scored it, right? In the 2-point conversion. Yeah.
Like him and Galladay.
I mean, this is a team that gave up 32 points and then 48, and the Giants got 1 touchdown in the entire game at home.
Him and Galladay haven't built the necessary rapport, which we can all agree, like, also doesn't happen overnight. Right? And it certainly doesn't happen in the first 3 weeks. But again, goddamn, something got to give, man. Like, what the hell is the issue? And if you're the Giants and you're Giants faithful, and you're not big on Daniel Jones anymore, you're out on Daniel Jones. I know yesterday wasn't the performance to measure him by, but you passed up on Justin Fields. You passed up on Mac Jones. You passed up on any other young quarterback that's in the league right now that you had a shot at getting, not named Trevor Lawrence, right?
Or Zach Wilson.
I don't think you want Zach Wilson. I don't think you want Zach Wilson right now.
And Zach Wilson's just Zach Wilson's he's just like Davis Mills. Like, hey man, just bite the bullet, ride it out, pray the organization figure that shit out, man. Like it's gonna be a long season. So if you're Giants faithful and you think about what you could have had, and Miami faithful might be doing this too with Tua, because they passed up on Justin Herbert for Tua.
Yes, sir.
Right?
They did.
So
that looks like a very bad decision right now.
Very bad decision right now. And it's not because and not to get off topic, but it's not because Tua's not a bad quarterback. He's just not healthy. That hip injury. I mean, we've seen some of the worst. Not even that. That's a career ender.
They're not doing him any favors either by limiting his like.
Doing him no favors either, man.
Moving on from that game, let's talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers welcoming in the Cincinnati Bengals. And I mean, Ben Roethlisberger might be done. Like I was like, he looked brutal in this game.
Ben Roethlisberger looks like an offensive tackle.
That throw he made, that one throw he made, dude. Like what was Ben Roethlisberger? So Cincinnati wins this game 24-10. Joe Burrow, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick. Big Ben, on the other hand, 1 touchdown, 2 picks. They gave the ball to Najee Harris 14 times for 40 yards. Joe Mixon, 18 of 90. Jamar Chase, Izzy's right, man. He continues to play well. 4 catches, 65 yards, 2 touchdowns.
He looks for him, too. He was second on the team in targets next to Tyler Boyd. So he looks for him. He's looking for him.
Yeah, that's nice. That's really it. Like, it's a nice little story. Really like a
And another thing. So the Pittsburgh Steelers didn't record a sack in this game. It's the first time in 75 games that they didn't have a sack.
Well, I thought
was TJ Watt playing?
I do not believe TJ Watt played this game.
I don't think TJ Watt was playing.
But TJ Watt hasn't played for 75 games. Like this is like they basically didn't. They had a sack every game for 7 seasons, something like that, or 6 seasons. Like that's like the fact that that's all just gone now.
I thought you. Hey, David, I thought you was going to say 75 years. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, bro.
They've been like, but let's say TJ Watt does play, right? Let's say TJ Watt does play. Ain't it real easy to just slide the line, his direction? Because outside of him, you really don't have to worry about anybody else on that.
I mean, they got Melvin Ingram, who still could get that up to the quarterback a little bit. He's still a good player. But yeah, I think this comes really down to Joe Burrow. I mean, they do play the lights out in this game. 14 of 18, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick. Like the guy played pretty well in this game.
I mean, I still would have went with Panay Sewell at 7. Well,
5.
5. Yeah, I would have went with Panay Sewell because the game is Joe Burrow. All right, like again, Joe Burrow, my sport really is right. They made history in college. The numbers they put up probably won't be duplicated no time soon, right?
Never.
So,
I mean, this dude's I mean, this dude has 11 catches and 4 of them gone for touchdowns. Like, yeah, he's been pretty good so far in his pro career. And I still think that Joe Burrow press conference when he caught his first touchdown in that first game, he's like, I thought he was dropping everything. Like, it's just good stuff.
It is, but like we talked about this last week. Like, if you're Jamar Chase, you can't say the ball in the NFL is bigger than the ball in college. I can't.
But I think this game is more about how poor Pittsburgh has looked. Like they're 1-2. They've lost both of their games at home. Like this is a team that thinks they're going to go to the Super Bowl, but not with the way they're playing, not the way Ben Roethlisberger is playing.
Who think that?
I mean, people thought they were going to be at least a playoff team. Like so.
Like, hey. I know. I just want to point out that people in the media said that the Pittsburgh Steelers, like to David's point, that people do think they're a playoff team. People also said that they're going to finish 3rd in that division because they have to face reality that they're not big brother on the block no more, right?
I mean, you can make the argument they might have the worst quarterback in the division now.
I've been saying that for
Ben Roethlisberger could just not. He does not have the arm to make the throws that you need out of an NFL quarterback right now. He could always bounce back and play well for the rest of the season. And I could end up eating these words, but I don't think I'm going to.
I've been saying that for 2 years now, since Joe Burrow got that, and it's been 2 years. Like it's officially year 2. Like I've been saying that. I said that.
So, I mean, I don't know, man. The Pittsburgh Steelers. Let me say this, TJ. The Pittsburgh Steelers still aren't committed to Najee Harris. That's looking like a bad. I wouldn't say a bad pick in reality.
I mean, the dude had 10 catches in the game, though. I mean, he did.
I'll give him
14 catches.
Najee Harris.
He had 14 catches in this game.
I'll give him that. He was catching the ball out the backfield, but they still not running the football like I want them to.
They can't. They
I don't think they have the offensive line to facilitate a dominant running game. It would have made more sense to just draft an offensive lineman and take a running back way later, or just bring back James Conner on a team friendly deal.
Williams.
Yeah, they could have got. I mean, he wouldn't have been there.
Williams.
Yeah. Moving on to the next game, we got the Arizona Cardinals improving to 3-0, where they went into Jacksonville to take on the Jaguars. And outside of that 109-yard touchdown from Jamal Agnew for the Jacksonville Jaguars, I'm not sure there's a lot to talk about here. Kyle Murray, 28 of 34, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick. Trevor Lawrence,
I'm about to log off.
1 touchdown, 2 picks. James Conner had 2 touchdowns in this game. James Robinson bounced back from which was kind of a disappointing first 2 weeks of the year with 88 yards and a touchdown. So what are we thinking about this?
Yeah, if I'm Jacksonville, I don't know why I'm not using James Robinson more, like the guy, especially with ETN out for the year. Like James Robinson, what did he do last year? I don't know. Finished second for AFC Offensive Rookie of the Year. No big deal. Nothing special. Come on, man. Like if you're Jacksonville, like the pieces are there, right? Or at least you think they are, right? You got your quarterback, Trevor Lawrence. You got your receiver, Laviska Shenault. You bring in Marvin Jones, who's a solid veteran.
And they got DJ Shark, who's a good receiver too, and caught the
And
only
they got
touchdown in the
DJ,
game.
and they got DJ Shark, who's a very solid receiver. Like to say solid, I think that's an understatement. Like, dude is very solid. You still got Miles Jack on defense. At some point in time, you have to say enough of the rebuild, enough of the excuses. God damn it! Come on, man. You've been rebuilding like every 2 years. You're hitting the reset button, right? Like, and if you're Trevor Lawrence, like this is the most and Urban Meyer for that model. This is the most you've lost. This is the most you've lost ever. Like ever. Like you ain't lose a game in high school. You ain't lose a game in college. And you come to the NFL and you've lost what, 3 straight?
Yeah.
Like ever. Like this is the most you've lost ever. Like Urban Meyer has like a 91% win percentage at Ohio State.
I mean, we kind of talked about this at the season preview. All this Jacksonville Jaguars team, but nobody expects them to win anything this season. All they got to do is just play hard and put a great product on the field.
Play hard, and again,
Now,
somebody has to give it down.
Is it true that Urban Meyer, after the Denver Bronco game, went up to Vic Fangio and said, "Man, this league is really good. It's like playing against Alabama every game"?
I think Vic Fangio said that to Urban Meyer, but we don't know if that. I actually never actually fact checked that to see if that actually was a conversation that actually happened.
If that was some type of conversation, I like you, bro. You should have known that when you came to the NFL. Like,
if that conversation ever happened, because I'm not,
you're not playing Toledo. You're not playing Minnesota. You're not playing, Rutgers. No, brother. You're playing some grown men with kids and mortgages and they hungry and they are and all they do is play football and work out and stuff. They don't just go to class and party on the they probably do party. But what I'm trying to say is they do this for a living. They're not doing this, because I got scholarship and I'm really good at it. Nah, these boys was all Americans before they came to the league. So Urban Meyer saying that, he should have already knew that. He should have never expected it was going to be a cupcake. You was going to get some cupcakes. You're not going to get no cupcakes in the NFL.
I mean, they get to play the Texans twice.
Hey,
that's not a cupcake. You can lose those games.
I'm kidding. Come on.
Like Izzy, like the reason you're saying like they don't get no cupcakes is because they're the cupcake. For the first time in his life, he's the cupcake.
Right? Yes. Yeah. And let me say this for everybody.
I mean, they had the first overall pick for a reason. And what's crazy is so Jacksonville won their first game of the season last year. They have not won a game since.
And let me say this though. For everybody that always says this horrible trash stuff about like the teams in the NFL that go like 1-16 or 0-17 or whatever the case is,
they can't be the college team.
That they can't beat Alabama or LSU that are down top of their game. You stop that. Just stop that. Just stop that right now because they will obliterate Alabama. The worst team in the NFL will obliterate the best team in college football. And Urban Meyer started to figure that.
I've always kind of wanted to see like what would happen, like the worst team plays up against Alabama. Like I always wanted to see that happen.
It wouldn't be a challenge.
Moving on to the next game we got. We're in the late afternoon window now. We got the New York Jets going into Mile High, and Chetty Checkdown continues to play well. I think he's got the highest completion percentage in the league right now at over 80%. They did not allow a point out of the New York Jets. Zach Wilson continues to struggle. 160 yards passing, 2 picks, no touchdowns, no offense at all from the Jets. And Teddy Bridgewater continues to play well. I mean, this running game was working. Melvin Gordon got a touchdown. Javonte Williams got a touchdown. Tim Patrick had a really good game here. Cortland Sutton continues to play well. Cortland Sutton got injured, or no, not Cortland Sutton. KJ Hamler got injured in this game. Came up with a hamstring injury. So what's our takeaway from this? I'm not sure there's much really to talk about here.
I still don't know what to make of Denver because the offense that they played so far.
They have not played any good teams at all.
Exactly. So I don't know what to make of them. So is the defense legit? Is Vic Fangio finally?
Oh, KJ Hamler actually tore his ACL.
Oh, he's done.
Oh, he's done. That's horrible. That's
Oh,
horrible.
what a damper. But yeah, they played the Giants, the Jaguars, and the Jets. Those teams combined for a combined record of 0-9.
So yeah, I don't know what to make of them, bro. Like if they somehow some way shut down Justin Herbert, or who do they play next?
1 second. They got the Ravens next.
Okay, boom.
This game is in Baltimore.
Oh damn. Well, still, if they somehow make it a struggle for Lamar Jackson, then I can get on board with it. But shutting down the Giants, the Jags, and the Jets, I'm like it's kind of like what Shannon Sharp said about Aaron Rodgers and his performance against the Lions. Am I supposed to be impressed? Am I really like the numbers you putting up in 3 weeks? Am I supposed to be impressed that you shut down the Giants, the Jags?
I mean, but this is a Denver. This is a Denver Broncos team that last year was losing games that they could easily win. Like this is a game on paper.
Also, didn't have a team.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, like, I'm pretty all in on Denver. I think their defense is elite. I think their offense is only going to get better. The KJ Hamler thing is really disappointing because the guy was playing well. But we'll see. Moving on to the next game, we got the first overtime game of the afternoon. We got the Miami Dolphins going into Las Vegas, the Death Star, and falling in overtime. Even though Jacoby Brissett did everything he could to will this team back into the game, he had a rushing touchdown.
Best backup in the league.
Derek Carr continues to play well. 26 of 43, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. Peyton Barber, 23, 111, 1 touchdown. Mike Gesicki finally played well in this game. Thankfully, Mr. Gesicki, 10 catches, 86 yards.
He did play good. We give him a couple games, man. He started to hit his stride.
Yeah. But yeah, this is a game where, I thought Las Vegas was going to put the Miami Dolphins away. They fought hard to get back into the game. So what's your takeaways from this?
One of these days, the Raiders are actually going to revert back into the Raiders. I'm still not buying it. I think they got lucky against the Ravens because Lamar Jackson just decided to be careless, and they called him on his carelessness. Who'd they play week 2?
Pittsburgh? Yeah, Pittsburgh.
Oh, yeah, and we said it.
And we're finding out Pittsburgh ain't that good.
And then yesterday, you got taken to the brink. No disrespect to him, but by Jacoby Brissett, right?
Hey, best backup in the league. I say it.
No disrespect to him, but it's come on, man. One of these days, you're gonna come up short. I
gotta say this, man. The Raiders, you gotta give them a little bit of credit. You gotta give them some credit where credit's due. I mean, they're good offensively. Derek Carr is really solid. I mean, he's proven that he's a franchise. I mean, obviously he's a franchise quarterback, but he's not as bad as people put him out to be. You know what I mean? And I like John Gruden wanted to replace him, probably still wants to replace him. But I think Derek Carr is a legit quarterback in this league, a top 10 quarterback in this league. And it shows. He's got the weapons. I mean, he's got Darren Waller. You have Hunter Renfrow. You have Henry. You got Ruggs. You got who's the Brian Edwards. Brian Edwards is proven to be a really good wide receiver. So offensively, I'm not worried about them. And the offensive line has played particularly well, and they did it without. I think Josh Jacobs, was he not playing in this game? Or
correct.
They did it without Josh Jacobs too. We forget to mention that no Josh Jacobs in this game. So yeah, I'm gonna say that, and then defensively, they're solid defensively too. I mean, I can't wrap my head around it.
They've certainly been better than I had projected, or anyone really had projected on defense. Max Crosby continues to be an improved player in the National Football League. Casey Hayward Jr. is kind of finding that form that he made him like a top 10 corner at one point in his league. Trayvon Mullen has been a nice find at the other cornerback spot. Jonathan Abrams, a hard-hitting safety who's played well. He had a couple of boneheaded plays in this game, but he's proven to be a pretty decent safety, and is a reason why you probably shouldn't throw it over the middle, because if Jonathan Abrams out there, you don't want to mess with him.
I haven't heard of Damon Arnett's name Is he hurt or is he like?
No, he's just not good.
Not good. Yeah. Okay.
No.
So I'm just like, well, I think we got like our head wrapped around like some of these draft picks that John Gruden made in the past couple years.
No, we don't. No,
yeah.
No, we don't.
The defense has played solid this season. So I got.
I mean, as solid as you could be, giving up 28 points.
I gotta give a proud shout out. I gotta give a shout out to the Las Vegas Raiders.
I mean, they're averaging giving up like 25 points a game. And that's
hey,
that's
but
not,
they're scoring.
great.
As long as their offense is humming and buzzing like it's supposed to, they're gonna be in most games. They're gonna be in shootouts. They can win the AFC West.
No, they can't. Stop it.
Yes, they can.
No, they can't.
Okay.
No, they can't.
No, they can't. They're still the worst team in that division.
They can win.
They're still the worst team in that division.
They can beat the Chargers.
No,
they
can't.
Beat the Chiefs, and they can beat the Broncos.
I'll believe it when I see it.
All three of those teams.
They're the worst team.
Do you think the Kansas City Chiefs with that defense can stop the Raiders?
Can the Raiders
do I think the Raiders with that defense can stop the Chiefs? No.
Okay.
And I know it's been better, but 25 points a game.
The pass rush of Oakland. The pass rush of Oakland. Teddy check down. He had the Denver hasn't really played anybody this season. They're a little overrated in my opinion. And the Chargers are the only team that are super legit this season. They have a legit offense, legit defense. And that's the only team that I could say that possibly may be able, that is going to be the best team in that division.
They're still the worst. They're the worst team in the AFC West still.
I think the Raiders
even though they won 3 games in a row.
I'm sorry.
They're the worst team in their division.
Hey,
is this Christian?
Yeah, join the Christian.
Towards the end of the show over here?
Izzy, I just need to know, hey, Izzy, who your plug, man?
Hey, I just met with him mid-show, so if you want me to hit you up, I got you.
No, I'm asking because I need whatever it is that you smoke, bro. Like I need for you to say that, I need cards, bro.
I would show you right now, but we're gonna keep this PG-13.
Moving on to the Los Angeles Rams welcoming the Tampa Bay Buccaneers into SoFi Stadium. And Matthew Stafford continues to show why he's the front runner for the MVP of this very moment. 27-38, 343 yards passing, 4 touchdowns. Tom Brady on the other side of the ball, 432 yards passing, 1 touchdown. He also led the team in rushing.
I'm gonna clap because want to know something? Matthew Stafford finally has a team. Finally has a good team, offensively and defensively. This is the best team he's ever been on. And
Deshaun Jackson had a bit of a revival here. 3 catches, 120 yards, 1 touchdown. Cooper Kupp continues to play well.
Fast.
Nine. Yeah, you don't teach speed. Yeah, Cooper Kupp had 2 more touchdowns in this game. I just think Tampa Bay is just they're not as good as the Rams, especially not in Los Angeles at home. And the Rams were just better than them at this game. I think if you put this game in Raymond James, I think the outcome would be a little bit different.
Not really, because remember the Rams beat them last year. And
Christian came out swinging.
I'm just saying, but look, remember what I told you guys. This game is going to come down to what? Who could put pressure on the other team's quarterback? And that was the Rams. Yeah, they may have not hit Tom Brady a lot, but you can still impact his pocket and you can make him hesitate. Tom threw the ball 55 times in this game yesterday. That's not going to cut it.
Yeah, where's the running game? You're right, Christian.
I mean, but they were down a considerable amount most of this game, and Tom Brady just was gunslinging it just to try to get them back into it. So it's not like they went into the game plan like, hey, Tom Brady's going to be the leading rusher on the team. Like, I think that's the way they drew it up.
So everybody's talking about the Rams are the favorite in the NFC now, and I'm just sitting back like most Tom Brady fans, like, hey, we've seen this before. Like we have a year's worth of evidence that we just watched of Tampa losing a quote unquote big game in the regular season, and the game that they lost in the regular season, they played that team again minus the Rams, and they beat them when it mattered. Right? So that's what separates some players from other players. What you do in winning time matters. So I guarantee, is Tom Brady pissed that he threw for 423? You said
432 yards.
432, and they lost. Yeah, but you know what it is? It's like, okay, we're gonna see him again. We're gonna see him again. And I'm gonna have JPP this. I'm gonna have I hope to have JPP the next go round because the Rams like Matt Stafford he had all day. He could call his girl, call his wife, call the side piece and be like, hey, when I leave the wife, I'm gonna come home, have that steak medium well like I like it, with a baked potato and some butter on it. But he had all day back there.
The Rams look to be the better team though. I think defensively they're better. I think they get after the quarterback a little bit better. I think offensively they're just as good as Tampa Bay. I think offensively, like they may have a little bit more speed than Tampa Bay offensively, in my opinion.
Not only that, and looking at the first 3 weeks of the year of this season, they're the best team that I've seen so far. I mean, running wise, yeah, it's a little shaky, but Stafford has weapons around him. He and Cooper Kupp are in tremendous sync, and then that defense is still getting the job done. And the one thing I like about this defense, Raheem Morris, he's getting.
Hey, the Rams have a. Did we lose?
Go ahead. Yeah, whatever. I'm just saying. But like Raheem is using Jalen Ramsey in different capacities. Like he's loading him in the box. He's playing him at safety. He's playing him at linebacker. He's playing him at corner. He's lining him up against tight end. So he's really getting the best out of Jalen Ramsey. Showing that versatility.
And when people say the Rams have a better defense than the Buccaneers, like that's really what it is. Like outside of Jalen Ramsey and Aaron Donald, is there really anybody on the Rams defense that you would take over anybody on Tampa? Like what linebacker on the Rams are you taking over Devin White and Levante David?
Yeah,
I'm not sure that player exists.
Levante David.
No, because like people are saying like the Rams.
I do like Tyler Rapp, their safety. He's a really good player, but
I'm like the Rams. I'm like outside of Jalen Ramsey and Aaron Donald, what player on the Rams are you taking over any player on the Buccaneers? Like what linebacker are you taking over Levante David or Devin White?
I mean, obviously, that player doesn't work, but I think they're collectively a better unit than Tampa Bay's unit. Like I think, especially in the back end.
And that's headlined by the best corner in football. Like it doesn't help.
Yeah.
It doesn't help that Tampa's basically they're starting DB. That's their top corner, their top safety, and whoever else on that plays secondary for them is gone.
Yeah, I mean that's what happens when you have no depth in that. Like you spend money all over the place, you have no depth in your secondary. Somebody gets injured, you don't have the people to replace those people. Moving on to the last game of the late afternoon window, and then we'll get to the primetime game. Seattle rolled into Minnesota, take on the Vikings. They fall 30-17. Russell Wilson, basically 300 yards passing, 1 touchdown. Kirk Cousins, on the other hand, 323 yards passing, 3 touchdowns. Kirk Cousins has not thrown an interception this year.
Yeah, he's not one. Kirk Cousins.
Chris Carson's 12 carries, 80 yards, touchdown. Alexander Madison and fill in duty for Dalvin Cook, 26, 112, 4.3 yards a carry. Justin Jefferson continues to play well. Also, I hope Tyler Lockett is okay because I know he got injured at some point during this game. It looked not great. I haven't seen an update on his status since, so hopefully he's going to be okay because I love me some Tyler Lockett.
It's crazy. How could they feed Alexander Madison like that, but not Dalvin Cook?
I mean, they do feed Dalvin Cook.
All I gotta say is, let me drink the Kool-Aid because it's about damn time the Minnesota Vikings got off the schneid. That's all I gotta say. Too talented offensively. Too talented. I mean, defensively they're horrible, but they're too talented offensively to let any team kind of keep up with them. And they kept pouring it on. And on the other side of the ball, Seattle's the defense is just garbage. I mean, it's the worst defense that Pete Carroll's ever had, ever in the whole time there in Seattle. and it's you're gonna have some type of pushback defensively. If you're gonna go in the playoffs, which they do have playoff aspirations, so it's about damn time the Minnesota Vikings got to win this season.
So in the second half for Seattle, this were their drive results. 5 plays, 7 yards, punt. 5 plays, 18 yards, punt. They 5 plays, 32. They lost the ball on downs, and then the end of the game. Like they did not have a successful possession that went more than 5 plays the entire quarter, the entire second half. That's just straight up not going to get it done against a team that's talented and has offensive firepower that Minnesota's bringing to the table. They got outscored time of possession by 11 minutes. They got outgained in yardage by almost 100 yards. It's just this is going to get it done. Like I know Russell Wilson's a great player, but this offense has to be more productive in this. It's really not about the defense. Like sure they were on the field a lot and they didn't play well, but this offense wasn't really clicking either.
No, it really wasn't. Seattle, there was something about this game that made me lean toward Minnesota, and even without Dalvin Cook, who's their best player, Minnesota was still able to get the job done. But then again, that's not saying a lot because Seattle's just not good defensively anymore. Like they used to be that unit that you feared lining up against. And now you can just throw the ball all over them and you can run the ball all over them and you can just keep doing it again and they still won't have an answer to stop it.
Yeah, totally.
Y'all know how I feel about Pete Carroll right now. Be out of there. That's it. That's all. Come on now.
Well, maybe he can make his way back to USC. How about that?
That would be interesting if that actually happened.
Pete Carroll down there 80. Pete Carroll down there 80 years old. He don't sit his ass down.
He's done it all. He's done it all.
And if you're Minnesota, I literally said last week, you're basically playing the same game all over again. And it looks like they learned their lesson. I guess you can't really say
3-0. They could be 3-0.
Minnesota could be undefeated right now. They lost the game because their kicker missed a field goal at the end of regulation last week.
Should have won that one.
The week before that, they got beaten in overtime in a game they should have won too.
Yep, they should be 3-0. But like sometimes, I don't like to say bad teams find ways to lose, but they do. I don't want to say Minnesota's a bad team. I just think
they're poor. They obviously think they're poorly coached because you want to fire Zimmer for fucking 10 years.
Yeah. I still think he should be fired. If they don't make the playoffs this season, he's definitely should be fired. Sure, I don't care. Yeah. So
definitely.
Moving on to the Sunday night football game. Green Bay Packers went into San Francisco or whatever they call that stadium now, Levi Stadium. And they beat San Francisco on a game-winning kick by Mason Crosby to take the 30-28 lead.
Mason, say it right. Mason
Crosby. Oh, stop it.
Mason Crosby. No, I was playing.
Aaron Rodgers, 261 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. Aaron Jones, 19 carries, 82 yards, 1 touchdown. Jimmy Garoppolo, on the other hand, 25 of 40, 257, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. Trey Sermon, 10 of 31, 1 touchdown. This is a game that felt like a playoff game. This felt like a playoff atmosphere game when I was watching this game yesterday.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's what TJ always says. If you give Aaron Rodgers that much time, I was even thinking that when San Francisco punched that touchdown in at the end of the game, I'm like, this is too much time. They're going to lose.
Yeah, it really was. But here's my thing. I think with this, besides them giving up, why are you playing zone coverage in that type of situation? Why didn't you try?
Okay, I not to cut you off. Like I think I got the answer to that. So the new defensive coordinator is really in a lose-lose because let's say they man up, right? Let's say they man up, and Devontae Adams gets behind him. Then what? You get asked, why'd you play man? Why didn't you zone up? And then you play zone like they did, and you still got burnt, right? So he's in a lose-lose.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna be in a lose-lose situation regardless with Aaron Rodgers with that much time. It doesn't even matter. The right thing to do for San Francisco was to bleed the clock a little bit more and get it in there.
But I mean, the thing is, they needed to score a touchdown, and like
they did. I know
they can't really help the fact that they got the touchdown on first down as opposed to getting it on third down.
Third down, yeah. It's not. It's one of those situations where it's like you can't control. And at the same time, yeah, TJ's right. You go, man, and you try and rush him. I mean, look what he's done in the past. You know, with Arizona, Dallas, for example, in the playoffs. The Lions. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. And so it's just like, it's just Aaron Rodgers, bro. He's one of the greatest to sling it. That's all I gotta say. He's one of the greatest to sling it.
And I will say, I'm not sure what they're doing in San Francisco. This is the same argument that I had when they were giving Justin Fields snaps here and there throughout the season, like before he became the starter. Like, I just don't like putting your backup quarterback in for like 1 or 2 plays and then have them not play the rest of the game. If Jimmy Garoppolo is going to be the starting quarterback of the San Francisco 49ers, just let him take all the snaps. Nobody else should take snaps at the quarterback position unless you're wanting Wildcat stuff.
Yeah, they definitely have a quarterback soap opera out there. There for Cisco.
So what Shanahan is doing, and it's evident that after this season, Jimmy Garoppolo had it. If you pay attention to when Kyle Shanahan puts Trey Lance in the game, usually it's what goal line situations, right? So if you allow your rookie quarterback to go into the game in pressurized moments, because whether it's in the first quarter or the fourth quarter, scoring a touchdown or scoring a touchdown, right? If you allow him to go in the game and he scores that touchdown, what does that do for him?
I mean, especially that call at the end of the half, like that was on fourth down, and you're trusting your backup rookie quarterback to take that snap on fourth down with a
2
situation.
seconds left.
With 2 seconds, because if they don't get the first down there, if they don't get the touchdown on that play, they don't score going into halftime.
So you're allowing your rookie quarterback, who's going to be the future quarterback, to build, albeit small, but some confidence in him that he can play this game. That way, when he finally does take over, he ain't rattled, he ain't this, he ain't that, right? So Kyle Shanahan is actually doing what Bill Walsh used to do, according to Shannon Sharp, with Steve Young.
Joe Montana.
Like when they were getting ready to move off of Joe Montana, you got this young cat in Steve Young, where it's like the pressure is already there, right? You going from Joe Montana, who many call to all the 50-year-olds the greatest quarterback ever. You going from that guy to
when he retired, he for sure was. So
like that's what he's doing with these intermittent snaps. Like now I get your logic. I'm not arguing with it. Like if you're gonna play Jimmy G, leave him in, right? But at some point in time, it's we kind of see why some quarterbacks struggle the year before. The year after, when they've been sitting the whole season, because game speed ain't practice. Like game speed ain't practice speed.
I know. I just you're only like, how much benefit are you actually getting from only taking one snap? Like, it just doesn't seem to, because you're then throwing your starting quarterback out of the rhythm when you do stuff like that. Like your starting quarterback is like used to being in certain situations, in certain rhythm, but when you're pulling him out for one play and then putting the starting quarterback back in, it just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I don't necessarily mind what they did at the end of the first half with running that ball with Trey Lance. I think that was probably a good decision by Kyle Shanahan. But the other play where they in the third quarter, it was like second down and like the 49ers were sort of driving, and then you just put Trey Lance in for like basically just one play to just run a play, and then they pulled him out of the game immediately after that. It just doesn't. I don't really like it. And I don't understand why coaches keep doing stuff like that with their rookie quarterbacks. It just doesn't. It's head scratching to me.
Well, how about this? It ain't like Jimmy G don't know what's coming.
Sure. But if you're still trying to win games with your current team and you have to worry about being ganked every couple of plays, like not even for performance stuff, you just want a different look.
It's not a worry if you know it's coming. Right? Like I don't like it's not he's not looking over his shoulder every time he messes up, because Trey Lance is gonna get snaps anyway. right? And
I
obviously,
guess. I would prefer if they're gonna roll with Jimmy G, just let him play. I do think both these teams are going to be okay. San Francisco, this game, like I said, had a playoff feel. Any final analysis on this game before we move on to what we think is going to happen tonight? Let's just get a real quick pick.
No, I liked what I saw. I liked what I saw out of both teams. I didn't like that we gave up. I didn't like that the Packers gave up the lead to San Francisco late like that. I think defensively we need to be more stout if we're going to go far anywhere. Defensively, the Packers are going to have to be stout to go far anywhere. They're going to have to keep a lead. It seems like they had the lead. They had the lead majority of the game. I mean, they looked like they had the upper hand majority of the game. So, on the other side, of the football with the Packers, Aaron Rodgers is still that bad man. That's all I got to say right there. And then everybody's saying that he's not into it or he's not into the team. Go look at his footage on the sidelines when he's there watching Mason Crosby kick that field goal to win. That doesn't look like a guy that doesn't want to be. That looks like a guy that's fully invested in his team and in the team right now. So that's all I got to say.
I think for San Francisco, I'm a little surprised that they only ran the ball 21 times as a collective team. Like I kind of figured they would lean more heavily on the running game. Christian, you have any last minute insight on this game?
Yeah, I think it was the best game that I saw all day yesterday. It came down to literally the final 5 seconds, and almost looked like it was a tale of two halves because Green Bay dominated in the first half, and then they just looked soft in the second half defensively. But other than that, it was a great game.
Okay. I guess it's my turn now, right?
Oh, it's your turn. You have the floor, sir.
Izzy, you funny, man.
Hey. You know what? I know where you're going with this. And don't bring this. You know what? I'm having a good night, TJ. Don't bring up this mess, okay, from week one or anything I said. Just throw it out the way.
No.
I have a short-term memory.
No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. The reason I say you funny is because the whole offseason, David, who was his background?
Yeah, Jordan Love.
Jordan Love. Aaron Rodgers, he went from that to saying Aaron Rodgers don't look like Look at that. I'm not hacking. Go. Get him out of here. Jordan Love, ready. Jordan Love better than this guy. He better than that young quarterback guy. Woo. That was you.
That was me. I still stand on Jordan Love being a really good quarterback.
So
all right, so real quick.
I am not wait, hold on. I am not gonna sit here and allow you to just backtrack on any of that Aaron Rodgers hate that you spilled this offseason because of this game. Now I will say this. I did say if they beat the San Francisco 49ers, you do have permission to say we finally got that monkey off our backs. Because the team that you beat last season
and give it to you. There you go.
The team that you beat last season, when you said that, we got the monkey off our back. Yeah, you beat Nick Mullins. Congratulations. Right?
Hey, now let me give you the monkey that's off my back. Let me give it to you because we got the monkey off our back. Next, let's go to Monday Night Football. I don't know what this guy.
Monday Night Football. Who we got? Real quick before we get up out of here, you got tonight. Monday Night Football. Israel.
Give me Philly.
Christian.
I'm taking Dallas. They have
hey, David, Christian. He has to say Philly. Izzy has to say Philly.
He does.
Yeah, I do have to say Philly. Give me Philly.
Hey, David, was this one of the virtuosos he predicted?
Yes, I did. Yes, actually it is.
Was this the first
You're gonna see it tonight.
You're going to see it in about 15 minutes. I'm taking Dallas. I did not expect this game to be close. I did not think Jalen Hurts was going to play well. Christian, you got any last minute insight on your prediction?
Yeah, man. It comes down to quarterback. And I trust Dak more than I trust Jalen Hurts. But if Dallas plays like they played last week.
Talk to him, black man. Talk to him, black man.
I got you, man.
Talk to him, black man.
Man, can you start interrupting Yeah. Look, I'm gonna deal with you after this, like I always do. But no,
You
man.
copy.
I look at it like this: if Dallas can play like how they played last week against the Chargers, it's gonna be a long night for the Eagles. Establishing that run, running it about 30 times, throwing it about 30 times. So if that balance is there, Dallas is a tough out for a lot of teams.
350 all-purpose yards for Jalen.
So yeah, we'll be back tomorrow when we make our predictions for week number 4 as we get ready to close the chapter on week number 3. I'm of course your host, David On Point Huffman, Israel Rivera, Christian Simpson, TJ Hopkins. We'll be back tomorrow giving our week 4 predictions. You don't want to miss that content. Also, we're the most consistent podcast on Facebook. Let me spit it out. Also, gentlemen, what we do here at the Prime, my friends.
We question
We bring the heat.
We bring the heat.
We bring the heat, babies.
We bring the heat.
And I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm about to watch Bobby Lashley
That's
versus
a
Big E.
bad
I
plan.
cannot wait. It's the new day. Yes, it is, baby. It's the new day.
We are.